I'm happy because for the last couple of weeks, we've had to listen and watch these Patriots media members that just would not allow us to have the Bailey Zappe quarterback controversy conversation. And what they did was they were so arrogant about it that they turned people like me into Mac Jones haters. When I'm not hating on Mac Jones, I'm simply saying, I think I just like Bailey Zappe a little bit better right now. And as I said last week, Bill Belichick is a, what are you doing for me right now kind of guy. And right now, Bailey Zappe is playing winning football for the New England Patriots. And right now, Bill Belichick is trying to win football games and another Super Bowl. He's 70 years old. Who can he put in that spot to play winning football right now? That's what Belichick is all about. And for some people that just know football so well, that are veteran media members, to not let us have that conversation and like it had such a weird feeling to it, Paul. We talked about this. Like it was strange.
They try to make anyone who wanted to have the conversation a conspiracy nut. That's what it felt like.
You know what it felt like? It felt like there was a report that we were going to hear that Bailey Zappe voted for Trump or something. Yeah, that's why they were doing it. But it had that feel. It had this like, it did have this liberal media stink to it, didn't it? And it was like attached to it. And I can't understand it. Like I was waiting for them to bring Dr. Fauci in at one point. Like, you know, if you're going to go outside, you got to wear a Mac Jones jersey if you go outside. And you know what? We're at home, we're on away, we're 2 Mac Jones jerseys. And if you question me on that, you're questioning football. I am football.
There was
you know what I mean? That's what it was,
a bit of that, though. There was a little bit of that.
And I'm like, why are they so anti-Zappe? Why are they so pro-Jones? But you know what it was? These guys all want to get on the good graces of Mac and Mac Jones's camp.
Yeah, and they've already spent weeks.
Zappe going deep, and he grabs it to Devontae Parker first down. Oh, their play action going deep with Zappe. People say, oh, it's a different playbook with Zappe. You want it to be a different playbook with Zappe. It ain't a different playbook. This is the winning playbook. Okay? I know Devontae Parker went up and get it, but woo! I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it in my bones right now, Paul.
In the chat we have, does this remind you of the Bledsoe Brady scenario at all?
No, I don't. You know, I mean, you have to mention it because of you have to mention it just because it's a backup quarterback coming in for the first round pick, right? And backup quarterback's winning. It's got to be mentioned. But then, you know, I think we're comparing Bailey Zappe to Tom Brady, unfair. And we're also comparing Mac Jones to Drew Bledsoe, unfair. Mac Jones is not Drew Bledsoe. I know people hated Drew Bledsoe, but Drew Bledsoe was a damn good quarterback. They're playing in a building right now. It's the house that Drew built. Obviously, Brady is the one that kept the lights on after it was built. But, you know, they built this place. Bledsoe was the guy. You got to mention it. I don't want to go there with it. But I just, again, back to the media members that wouldn't let us have the quarterback controversy conversation. Ramondre Stevenson runs it in. Patriots take a lead, 13-10. That's what I'm talking about. You cannot go back to Mac Jones in this game. And if they do, I'm going to flip my shit. But, you know, the other thing was, you know, we're only, a handful of years removed from the same media members trying to like talk Jimmy Garoppolo to us as if he was going to replace the greatest of all time. But I can't have a conversation about Bailey Zappe replacing a kid who played 1 year in the NFL. And I'm trying to think of situations. Look, I've been in the media for a long time, or I was. I don't consider myself really a media member anymore. I know I got a sports betting column in the Herald. I know I'm doing a live stream. The podcast is going to be resurrected. I cannot talk about that yet right now. You know, I have a whole nother business though. That's my priority. Broadway Golf Club. That's my priority. You know, we'll be open later this winter. You know, that'll be my main source of income. That's the priority. This stuff is, you know, I don't need this anymore as much as I want to do this moving forward. But when I needed to do this and I was really in on this to the point where like everything I wrote or said or did was like Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. I was trying to think back. Was there ever a situation where I so like arrogantly defended someone where maybe it was a little irrational? And the only thing that comes close to, for me, was my support for Tuukka Rask. But I don't want to say that was irrational. I'm just saying this is as close as it comes to how I supported someone so strongly. But the reason I feel like that was justified, and I can justify that strong, almost arrogant support that I threw out there for Tuukka Rask. Tuukka Rask was a Vezina Trophy winner. Tuukka Rask had taken the Bruins to the Stanley Cup Final in 2013 when I was supporting Tuukka. And they won again, in 2018?
It wasn't Pro Bowler Mac Jones.
Mac Jones was, when he wins, we'll say NFL MVP because quarterback of the year really becomes the MVP, right? If you're quarterback of the year in the NFL, you're most likely the MVP, unless some running back or, unless somebody just does something absurd. So until he wins an MVP and gets to the Super Bowl, then I can't even tell you that my support for Tuukka Rask was on the same level as some of the support for Mac Jones. But what it also is, I was rudely interrupted by that Ramondre Stevenson touchdown run. It's also, these guys want to get in the good graces of Mac Jones's camp. They're betting on Mac. They're making a bet as a reporter. They're placing a bet. They know that Mac Jones's agent, Mac Jones himself, maybe his family members, his friends, they watch TV, they listen to the radio, they listen to podcasts and read the blogs, and they go on Twitter. And these reporters know that. So they're placing a bet that Mac Jones is going to be the guy moving forward long term. And they want Mac Jones and his camp and his friends and his family to see some of them and go, oh, he had my back when things weren't maybe going our way.
And they also have already done a bit of that work. They've already done that work for a year. They haven't put in that work with Zappe, so they don't have the same pull with his camp.
And what they're thinking on that front is like, well, if we go all in on Max still and defend him, go out of control and defend him right now, and if we lose that bet, then it will be easy to win over the kid that wasn't supposed to be here. The kid that actually began the season as the third string quarterback for this team. Will be able to win him over easily. It's exactly what they're thinking. But it's sneaky, right? That's exactly what
it's probably a good bet for that job, but it is sneaky from the outside.